I can definitely see this being one of the best budget magnetic keyboards in the 75% layout. Will it be the best for you though? Let's go and check it out. Very nice, simple, secured packaging. All of the accessories that you will be needing will also come with the keyboard. No problems with it. Now, first impressions on the keyboard, I think it does look pretty nice. It does remind me a little bit of the MagCore 87, the induction keyboard they do have. But yeah, this is of course gonna be cheaper. I mean, yeah, the price is gonna be cheaper. And some materials as well. It does have a plastic case that doesn't really feel cheap. It is pretty decent. This is the black variation, which is the only variation for this keyboard at the moment. I really like the little transparent keycap touch over here, purple. I think that's also the reason why it reminds me of the MagCore. But yeah, no problems with the looks of the keyboard. For those that are curious about the weight, since I got some suggestions from you guys, here is the weight, coming in around 828 grams. Pretty, not the heaviest. I mean, it is a plastic case. But yeah, it does still feel pretty high quality. Now, moving on to the keycap. These are double shot PBT. Pretty nice quality. And yeah, there is some polycarbonate as well. Transparent keycaps here. No problems with it. Now, for the switches, these are apparently the EPOMAKER Magnex switches. They do feel pretty smooth. I don't have any problems with how they feel like. I kind of gave you guys a little sound test earlier already with the extra switches. I think it does sound pretty decent. Closed bottom. But yeah, looking at the structure of these switches, it does look like this will be compatible with other Gateron or TTC-like magnetic switches, which is very nice, especially if you want to upgrade the keyboard later on. But yeah, here's a little sound test with the switches and the keycaps on. Now that sounds pretty good, especially for the price of this keyboard. It also felt pretty nice typing on it. These switches are pretty decent. You can definitely tell they made a lot of efforts in making this keyboard sound good. And the spacebar is also not rattly. I can definitely see some lube over here on the stabilizers. Very nice. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the dampening layers inside here. And I really like the color of the plate, by the way, because that will make the RGB look brighter. This is also gasket mounted, by the way. It is pretty stiff, but pretty understandable for a magnetic keyboard. Pretty minimal bounce, but yeah, I don't have any problems with the sound, the quality of this magnetic keyboard. But how about the performance though? Now, of course, this is a magnetic keyboard. It does have adjustable actuation points. It apparently has a 0.01mm rapid trigger sensitivity accuracy, and you can also set 0 dead zone, but I don't recommend it unless it has an anti-misoperation, anti-shake rattle mode that we're gonna be checking out later, of course. It also has 8000 Hz polling rate and 32 kHz scanning rate that we're also gonna be testing in Keyboard Inspector and my latency testing tool in a bit. But yeah, pretty impressive specs. It also apparently has SOCD and other features that we're gonna be checking out more in its web-based software. So without further ado, let's go ahead and plug this keyboard in and see its RGB. Okay, we have a light coming from over here. And there it is. The RGB is shining through the see-through keycaps, but yeah, it is also pretty vibrant. The plate is bouncing up the RGB, making it look brighter. Let's see what other effects we have. But okay, I have the website where you can buy this keyboard from. If you scroll down, go to EPOMAKER HE80 driver, and then download the software, but it's not really gonna be downloadable because it's a web-based software, which is good. And as you can see over here, just connect the device, and here it is. We can customize the keys immediately. The functions, pretty customizable. Then we also have lighting settings. We're already on the max brightness. We do have quite a good amount of effects, but if you don't like any of these, we also have custom And I don't really see any way to customize this little light over here. Yeah, it's only really the main panel lighting settings, or am I missing something? I'll keep mine on this effect though. Then moving on to the macro manager, we can set macros, very nice. And then performance, I already kind of messed with this tab over here, and I do have my WASD on pretty sensitive settings. You can go down to as low as 0.02 millimeters. It did say on the website that it can go down to 0.01 millimeter rapid trigger though, but not gonna lie, not really a big deal. 0.02, 0.01, a noticeable difference. We can also split this if we want, and we also have these different settings. And lastly, recalibrate on this tab. Other than the performance, we also have advanced keys where we can do SOCD, Rappy Snappy, DKS Mod Up Toggle Key, pretty much all of the features you will be needing. And as you can see, I do have my A and D on SOCD already, and yeah, the SOCD is pretty customizable as well. Then we have settings here where we can change the dark theme, English. I should have done this sooner. We can also update the keyboard, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're already on the latest firmware version. But yeah, we also have keyboard config file where we can export, import, rename, stuff like that. 4 different profiles. I don't really have any problems with the web-based software. It is very easy to access. I didn't really encounter any issues. Maybe it's missing the layer feature where we can kind of change the different layers. But I mean, for a 75%, I guess it's not really that required with the F keys and the arrow keys already. Or am I just missing it? Because yeah, we do have an FN key here. And yeah, not gonna lie, it's definitely not the best looking software, but honestly, it does have all of the features. And as long as the software isn't buggy, I think that is good enough. But yeah, I don't really have any major problems with the software. Definitely pretty decent. Now let's go ahead and test this keyboard more. On keyboard inspector first. And yeah, I didn't really see any ways to change the polling rate on the web-based software, but we should be on 8000 Hz polling rate. For those interested on the keyboard inspector results, here you go. Yep, that's pretty accurate. 8000 Hz polling rate. No problems with that. Now let's go ahead and test it out more with my latency testing tool, OSL TTCS. I'm not gonna go into too much details on how this latency testing tool works because I already made a separate video about that, but what it pretty much does is it measures the time between when the keycap comes into contact and when the keyboard actually sends the signal to the computer. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And here are the results. Pretty impressive. Around 1.877 milliseconds. That is extremely fast already. But yeah, if you want to compare it to the other magnetic keyboards I've also tested, here you go. It is kind of similar to the Madline's Nano 68 Pro. It is slightly faster than the Wooting 68 Plus on 1 kHz scanning rate. But yeah, I doubt you'll notice any difference when comparing this to the other top magnetic keyboards in this list, since they're already pretty fast. It's just very few millisecond difference. But yeah, for those that really care about the milliseconds, here you go. I also want to give a little disclaimer that these results can still vary. There can be other factors that affect the results. But yeah, these results should be pretty accurate still. So yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and play with this keyboard more in game. Go, go, go.
Long more.
The fuck?
Oh my god.
Wait, inside.
Yo, I got the top frag on the dirt. I got the two.
CG.
Can plant.
Batting.
Reloading.
Yeah.
AR.
Bro, Cypher.
Last player standing. One
GG.
enemy remaining.
Like, you know what I'm saying, Mark? Hey.
I'm gonna help him.
Wait, not all
Deeply. I have
Not heaven.
Enemy remaining.
115, 120 here. Nice.
Remaining.
My turn.
Reloading. One enemy remaining.
You're done.
What the fuck?
Back off.
Nice.
My ult's reported closed.
Going long. As a flow.
So after playing and testing with the EPOMAKER HE80, here's my experience so far. Now gameplay-wise, as you saw from my Radiant/Immortal ranked lobbies, competitive clips, it didn't hold me back when I was gaming. I was able to get an ace, amazing movement, kills, you know, wins. I was able to perform my best, and you also saw it on the latency test with my OSLT TCS. It was very responsive. The performance of this magnetic keyboard definitely won't hold you back. As soon as I press the keys, it does actuate. As soon as I let go, it does deactivate the rapid trigger. The SOCD worked amazingly as well. No problems with it. I didn't really encounter any issues. But yeah, just been having an amazing gaming experience with it so far. Now, when it comes to daily use, you know, amazing layout, 75%. It does have all of the keys that I will be needing. I really appreciate the arrow keys, the delete key, the extra keys here, as well as the F layers. It also sounded very nice when I was typing. I also didn't encounter any double clickings on the spacebar, even though it's on pretty sensitive settings, which is pretty impressive, so I don't have to switch profiles every time I'm gonna game and every time I'm gonna type. But yeah, I also didn't have any problems using it for my daily use, productivity, browsing the internet, and stuff like that. I've had an amazing experience with it so far. But is it worth it? Would I recommend it? Well, let's go ahead and talk about the price. At the moment of filming this video, you can get it for around $62, which is, for what you're getting here, for the performance, it is definitely worth it and an amazing price. Amazing value for the price, like I mentioned in the start of the video. So yeah, I think pretty obvious for that price and what you're getting over here, definitely worth it. So would I recommend it? Yes, especially if you're looking for a budget, you know, option, 75%, very good performance. You like the features of it, you like the look of it. Yes, I would definitely recommend it. And yes, it does have some competition, other 75% budget magnetic keyboards, but I know that for some of you, this keyboard will have cheaper shipping, or you might be able to get it for much cheaper. So yeah, go ahead and get this if you can do that, because I've seen some of you discussing in the comments how expensive the shipping was for some budget 75% magnetic keyboards that I've reviewed as well on the channel. So yeah, who knows, you might not need to pay much shipping if you're gonna get this. So yeah, be sure to check it out. I don't think I have a discount code, but if I ever do, I will put it in the description before the link. What I will have though is an affiliate link, so if you're planning to get this keyboard, it will be first link in the description, and I would really appreciate it if you can use that link. It would really support me and the channel a lot. So yeah, again, amazing budget magnetic keyboard, definitely worth it, definitely would recommend. I also want to give a little disclaimer that this keyboard is sent to me by EPOMAKER, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard are all my honest opinions and review. So yeah, I pray up that this video helped you in some way. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.